What if I told you that right now, while you're watching this video, there are places in the world where you could live like royalty on what you currently spend just to survive? I'm talking about waking up to ocean views, enjoying fresh local cuisine every single day, and still having money left over to actually live your life instead of just existing paycheck to paycheck. Hey everyone, Julia here, and today we're diving into the 5 cheapest countries where you can emigrate and completely transform your lifestyle without breaking the bank. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be seriously reconsidering everything you thought you knew about where life has to happen. Now, before we jump in, I want to be real with you. When I say cheap, I don't mean you'll be roughing it in some undeveloped corner of the world. These are places where your money simply goes further, where the cost of living is low, but the quality of life can be incredibly high. We're talking about countries with functioning infrastructure, vibrant expat communities, beautiful landscapes, and opportunities to build a life that actually excites you when you wake up in the morning. So let's get into it. Starting off our list is Vietnam, and honestly, this country has stolen my heart in ways I never expected. Vietnam is one of those places that hits differently when you actually spend time there. The energy, the food, the people, it all comes together to create an experience that feels both exotic and surprisingly comfortable at the same time. When it comes to affordability, Vietnam is genuinely hard to beat. You can rent a modern apartment in cities like Hanoi or Da Nang for somewhere between $300 and $500 a month. I'm not talking about a tiny closet either. These are actual apartments with proper kitchens, living spaces, and often balconies where you can drink your morning coffee while watching the city wake up. The food scene in Vietnam is where things get really interesting from a budget perspective. You can eat street food for every single meal and spend maybe $3 to $5 a day. And this isn't just sustenance. This is some of the best food you'll ever put in your mouth. Pho for breakfast, banh mi for lunch, and fresh spring rolls for dinner. If you want to splurge and eat at nicer restaurants, you're still only looking at maybe $10 to $15 for a full meal with drinks. When I was living in Da Nang, I remember calculating that I was spending less on food in an entire month than I used to spend on groceries for a single week back home. Transportation is almost laughably cheap. You can rent a motorbike for about $50 to $70 a month, and once you get comfortable on 2 wheels, the entire country opens up to you in the most incredible way. Grab rides, which is like Uber in Southeast Asia, will take you across town for a couple of dollars. Even taxis are affordable enough that you don't have to think twice about taking one when you're tired or carrying groceries. Healthcare in Vietnam deserves its own moment because this was one of my biggest concerns before moving abroad anywhere. The medical care in major cities is actually quite good, especially in the international hospitals and clinics. A doctor's visit might cost you $20 to $30 without insurance. Dental work that would cost thousands back in Western countries can be done for a fraction of the price with skilled professionals. Many expats actually plan their dental work around living in Vietnam because the savings are so substantial. The visa situation in Vietnam has become increasingly friendly to long-term visitors and potential residents. They offer multiple visa options depending on your situation. If you're working remotely, teaching English, or running an online business, you can generally stay on renewable tourist visas or work toward longer-term options. The process is straightforward, and there's a whole infrastructure of visa services to help you navigate everything. What really makes Vietnam special, though, isn't just the cost savings. It's the lifestyle you can build there. The expat community is welcoming and diverse, bringing together people from all over the world who've chosen this path. You've got digital nomads working from cafes, retirees enjoying their golden years by the beach, English teachers making a difference in local communities, and entrepreneurs building businesses. The dating scene is vibrant and international if that's something you're interested in exploring. You'll meet people who've chosen adventure over comfort, and those tend to be pretty interesting humans. Country itself is stunning. From the limestone karsts of Halong Bay to the ancient town of Hoi An, from the bustling energy of Ho Chi Minh City to the laid-back beaches of Nha Trang, there's incredible diversity packed into this long, narrow country. Weekends become mini adventures. You can hop on a bus or train and find yourself somewhere completely different, without spending much money at all. Moving from the energetic streets of Vietnam to the colorful mountains and coasts of South America, let's talk about Ecuador. This country is an absolute gem that doesn't get nearly enough attention in conversations about affordable places to live abroad. Ecuador uses the US dollar as its currency, which immediately eliminates one of the biggest headaches of expat life, trying to figure out exchange rates and managing currency fluctuations. What you see is what you get, and what you get is incredible value. The cost of living in Ecuador is remarkably low. In cities like Cuenca, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a favorite among expats, you can live comfortably on somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500 a month. That's covering everything: rent, food, utilities, transportation, and entertainment. A nice apartment in a good neighborhood might run you $400 to $600 monthly. We're talking about places with mountain views, colonial architecture outside your window, and access to everything you need within walking distance. Quito, the capital city, offers even more variety and sits at an elevation that gives it eternal spring weather. One of the most appealing aspects of Ecuador is the climate diversity. You can choose to live in the mountains where it's cool and comfortable year-round, head to the coast for beach living with warm tropical weather, or even experience the unique ecosystem of the Amazon if that's your thing. And here's something wild. You can be in completely different climates within a few hours of driving. Wake up in the mountains, have lunch at the beach. That kind of geographical diversity is rare and special. The food in Ecuador is hearty and incredibly affordable. Fresh markets overflow with fruits and vegetables that cost next to nothing. A bag of groceries that would easily cost you $100 in North America might run you $20 to $30 in Ecuador. Eating out is equally budget-friendly. A proper meal at a local restaurant, something filling and delicious with soup, a main course, juice, and sometimes even dessert, might cost $3 to $5. Even the nicer restaurants where you'd take someone on a date or celebrate something special rarely break $20 per person. Healthcare in Ecuador is surprisingly excellent, particularly in the larger cities. The country has both public and private healthcare systems. Many expats opt for private insurance, which costs a fraction of what you'd pay in the United States, often around $60 to $100 a month for comprehensive coverage. Medical procedures and doctor visits are affordable even without insurance. I've heard countless stories of expats getting surgeries or treatments done in Ecuador that would have bankrupted them back home, and the quality of care met or exceeded their expectations. The visa process for Ecuador is one of the more straightforward options out there. They offer various visa categories, including retirement visas for those with steady income from pensions or Social Security, and investor visas if you're looking to put down roots more permanently. The requirements are reasonable, the bureaucracy is manageable, and there's a well-established process that many expats have successfully navigated before you. Cuenca in particular has developed into an expat hub, which means you'll find English speakers, established support networks, social clubs, and cultural events that cater to the international community. But you're also living in an authentically Ecuadorian city with rich history and local culture. The dating scene reflects this mix. You'll meet both locals and other expats, and the city is small enough that the community feels genuine rather than transient. The natural beauty surrounding Ecuador is absolutely breathtaking. This is a country where you can visit the Galapagos Islands, one of the most unique ecosystems on the planet. You can hike active volcanoes, explore cloud forests, and relax on Pacific beaches. The country is compact enough that weekend trips feel doable and affordable. Internal flights are cheap, bus travel is reliable and comfortable, and there's always something new to explore without breaking your budget. Now let's head over to another Southeast Asian treasure, Thailand. If Vietnam is the hidden gem that's starting to get discovered, Thailand is the established favorite that keeps delivering year after year. There's a reason Thailand has become such a popular destination for expats, retirees, and digital nomads from around the world. The combination of affordability, infrastructure, cultural richness, and sheer beauty is hard to match anywhere else on the planet. The cost of living in Thailand varies quite a bit depending on where you choose to settle. Bangkok, being the capital and largest city, is more expensive but still incredibly affordable by Western standards. You can live comfortably in Bangkok on $1,500 to $2,000 a month if you're mindful about your spending. That includes a modern apartment, eating out regularly, using public transportation and taxis, and having money for entertainment and activities. If you move to smaller cities like Chiang Mai in the north or Chiang Rai, that budget can drop even further. Many expats live quite well on $1,000 to $1,200 monthly in these areas. Housing options in Thailand are diverse and plentiful. In Chiang Mai, you can rent a perfectly nice studio or one-bedroom apartment for $250 to $400 a month. These often come furnished with air conditioning, modern bathrooms, and sometimes even a pool in the building. In Bangkok, you'll pay more, maybe $500 to $800 for something comparable in a decent neighborhood. But you're in one of the most dynamic cities in Asia, with world-class restaurants, shopping, nightlife, and culture at your doorstep. Thai food is legendary, and eating it every day never gets old because the variety is endless. Street food remains incredibly cheap. You can eat pad thai, green curry, mango sticky rice, and everything in between for $2 to $3 a meal. Local restaurants offer similar prices. Even mid-range restaurants where you might take a date or meet friends for dinner rarely exceed $10 per person. The food is fresh, flavorful, and abundant. Grocery shopping at local markets is cheap if you cook at home, though honestly, eating out is so affordable that many expats don't cook nearly as much as they did back home. Transportation in Thailand is efficient and budget-friendly. Bangkok has an excellent public transportation system with modern trains and buses that make getting around easy and cheap. A motorbike taxi can zip you through traffic for $1 or $2. Grab rides are everywhere and cost very little. In smaller cities, renting a scooter is the norm and costs about $50 to $80 a month. Once you have your own wheels, the freedom to explore becomes almost intoxicating. Weekend trips to beaches, mountains, and historical sites are all easily accessible and affordable. Healthcare in Thailand is genuinely world-class. This is a country that has developed medical tourism into a major industry, which means hospitals compete on quality and service while keeping prices reasonable. Bangkok and other major cities have international hospitals with English-speaking doctors, many of whom trained abroad. A visit to a private hospital might cost $30 to $50. More complex procedures cost a fraction of Western prices while maintaining high standards. Many expats get comprehensive health insurance for $70 to $150 monthly, though costs vary based on age and coverage level. The visa situation in Thailand requires some attention but offers several pathways for different types of expats. There are retirement visas for those over 50 with financial means, education visas if you want to study Thai language or culture, and various work permits if you're employed or running a business. Digital nomads often use tourist visas and visa runs, though Thailand has been discussing more formal options for remote workers. The process requires some paperwork and planning, but it's well-trodden territory with plenty of resources and agents to help. The expat community in Thailand is massive and incredibly diverse. You'll find retirees from Australia and Europe, digital nomads from everywhere, English teachers building careers, and entrepreneurs running businesses both online and locally. This means instant community wherever you land. There are meetup groups, sports leagues, language exchanges, and social events constantly happening. The dating scene is vibrant and varied, with opportunities to meet both locals and other internationals depending on what you're looking for. Thailand's culture is warm and welcoming. The concept of sanuk, which roughly translates to fun or enjoyment, is deeply embedded in Thai culture. People smile constantly, hospitality is genuine, and there's a general lightness to daily life that feels refreshing if you're coming from more intense Western cultures. Learning basic Thai opens up even more of the culture, though you can absolutely get by with English in major cities and tourist areas. The natural beauty of Thailand is diverse and accessible. Pristine beaches and islands in the south, mountainous jungles in the north, bustling urban energy in Bangkok, and ancient temples scattered throughout the country. You can island hop for a week spending very little, trek through mountains with hill tribes, explore ruins in Ayutthaya, or lose yourself in the night markets and street life of Chiang Mai, the variety means you'll never run out of things to experience. From the tropical warmth of Thailand, let's shift gears completely and head to a place that might surprise you: Albania. Tucked away on the Balkan Peninsula along the Adriatic and Ionian Seas, Albania is Europe's best-kept secret when it comes to affordable living. This is a country that offers European living at a fraction of the cost you'd pay almost anywhere else on the continent. Albania has been flying under the radar for years, but savvy travelers and expats are starting to catch on. The cost of living here is shockingly low compared to Western Europe, yet you're getting European infrastructure, Mediterranean climate, and access to the entire continent. You can live quite comfortably in Albania on somewhere between $800 and $1,200 a month. Let that sink in for a moment. You're in Europe, near beautiful beaches, with mountain ranges nearby, and you're spending less per month than many people spend on rent alone back home. Rent in Albania is remarkably affordable. In Tirana, the capital city, you can find a decent apartment for $250 to $400 monthly. In coastal cities like Saranda or Vlora, or in the charming town of Berat, prices are similar or even lower. These aren't rundown places either. Many apartments are recently renovated or newly built as the country has been investing heavily in modernization. You'll often get furnished places with everything you need to move in and start living immediately. Food costs in Albania are wonderfully low. Fresh produce at local markets is abundant and cheap. Meat, dairy, bread, everything costs significantly less than you'd find in Western countries. A week's worth of groceries might cost $25 to $40 if you're cooking at home. Eating out is equally affordable. Local restaurants serve traditional Albanian food, which is a delicious mix of Mediterranean and Balkan influences, for $3 to $6 a meal. Even nice restaurants where you'd go for a special occasion rarely exceed $15 per person. The seafood along the coast is fresh and plentiful, and you can feast on grilled fish, octopus, and mussels without watching your wallet. Transportation throughout Albania is cheap and improving. Buses connect cities and towns for just a few dollars. Taxis are affordable for getting around locally. Many expats choose to rent or buy a car since vehicle costs are reasonable, and having your own transportation opens up the country for exploration. Fuel prices are lower than most of Europe. The road infrastructure has improved dramatically in recent years, making travel between cities much easier than it was a decade ago. Healthcare in Albania is developing and improving. The public system exists and is very inexpensive, though many expats opt for private clinics and hospitals which offer better service and more English-speaking staff. Even private healthcare is affordable compared to Western standards. A doctor's visit might cost $20 to $30. More serious procedures cost substantially less than you'd pay in Western Europe or North America. Many expats also maintain travel insurance or international health coverage for peace of mind. The visa situation for Albania is particularly appealing for citizens of many countries. Americans, Canadians, Australians, and citizens of many other nations can stay visa-free for up to 1 year. That's not a typo. You can literally show up and stay for 12 months without any visa requirements beyond your passport. This makes Albania incredibly accessible for digital nomads and remote workers who want to test out life in a new country without complicated bureaucracy. For longer-term residents, there are pathways including work permits, business visas, and other options that are reasonably accessible. The expat community in Albania is smaller than in places like Thailand or Mexico, which means it feels more intimate and genuine. You'll meet other internationals who are drawn to Albania specifically, rather than following the beaten path. The dating scene is interesting because you're mixing with both locals and the small but growing expat population. Albanian people are known for being hospitable and curious about foreigners, which makes integration easier if that's something you're interested in. Albania's location is strategically wonderful. You're positioned perfectly for exploring the rest of Europe. Budget airlines fly from Tirana to destinations across the continent for incredibly low fares. You can weekend in Italy, Greece, Croatia, or venture further to Spain, Germany, or anywhere else in Europe. The Albanian coast itself rivals anywhere in the Mediterranean for beauty, but without the crowds and high prices of more famous destinations. The Albanian Riviera offers crystal clear waters, hidden beaches, and charming coastal villages. The history and culture of Albania are fascinating. This is a country with ancient roots, having been influenced by Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, and Ottomans over millennia. There are UNESCO World Heritage Sites, ancient ruins, Ottoman-era architecture, and communist-era remnants all coexisting in this compact country. The people are proud of their unique language and culture, which is distinct from their neighbors. Learning some Albanian basics is appreciated and helps with integration, though younger people and those in tourism increasingly speak English. Finally, let's talk about Mexico, which might be the most accessible option on this entire list for anyone coming from North America. Mexico has long been a favorite destination for American and Canadian expats, and for good reason. The proximity makes it easy, the culture is vibrant and welcoming, the cost of living is low, and the climate ranges from beach perfection to mountain coolness depending on where you choose to settle. The cost of living in Mexico varies widely based on location. Tourist-heavy areas like Playa del Carmen or Tulum are more expensive, but still reasonable compared to similar beach destinations elsewhere. Colonial cities like Guanajuato, San Miguel de Allende, or Oaxaca offer incredible quality of life at lower costs. Beach towns like Puerto Escondido or Mazatlan provide affordable coastal living. Generally speaking, you can live comfortably in Mexico on somewhere between $1,200 and $2,000 a month, depending on your lifestyle and location choice. Rent in Mexico is highly variable. In popular expat destinations like Playa del Carmen, you might pay $500 to $800 for a nice apartment, more if you want something right on the beach or in a luxury development. In less touristy cities, that same budget gets you significantly more space and amenities. Many places come furnished, which makes moving easier. Long-term rentals are common and often come with negotiated rates that are better than short-term pricing. Food in Mexico is both delicious and affordable. Tacos, tamales, tortas, and countless other street foods cost $1 to $3. Local markets overflow with fresh produce, meat, and seafood at prices that make cooking at home a pleasure. Even mid-range restaurants are very affordable, often $5 to $10 for a full meal. Fine dining exists in major cities and tourist areas, but still costs less than equivalent restaurants in the States or Canada. One of the joys of living in Mexico is the food culture. Meals are social, flavors are bold, and there's regional variety that keeps things interesting. Transportation in Mexico is excellent and cheap. Local buses cost less than $1. Colectivos, which are shared vans or taxis, are everywhere and cost just a couple dollars to get around town. Long-distance buses are comfortable, modern, and remarkably affordable. You can travel across significant distances for $20 to $40 in comfortable reclining seats with movies and sometimes even meals included. Domestic flights are also reasonably priced if you book in advance. Many expats own cars in Mexico, and while vehicle prices are similar to the US, fuel and maintenance are generally cheaper. Healthcare in Mexico deserves special attention because it's genuinely excellent in many areas. Major cities have world-class hospitals and medical facilities. Doctors often trained in the US or Europe and provide care that meets or exceeds international standards. The cost savings are substantial. A doctor's visit might be $30 to $50 without insurance. Dental work, surgeries, and procedures that cost tens of thousands in the US can be done for a fraction of the price in Mexico with skilled professionals. Many Americans living near the border specifically cross into Mexico for medical care. Private health insurance in Mexico is available and affordable, often $100 to $200 monthly for comprehensive coverage depending on age and health. The visa situation for Mexico is very accessible. Americans and Canadians can enter as tourists and stay for up to 180 days, which is 6 months. That's easily renewable by leaving and returning. For longer-term living, Mexico offers temporary and permanent residency options based on income, savings, or other qualifying factors. The requirements are reasonable, and many people successfully navigate the process. There's also the option to live on continuous tourist permits if you prefer flexibility, though residency offers more stability and benefits. The expat community in Mexico is enormous and well-established. There are English language newspapers, social clubs, volunteer organizations, sports leagues, and countless ways to connect with other internationals. Major expat hubs like Lake Chapala, San Miguel de Allende, and the Riviera Maya have infrastructure built around the expat population. This makes the transition easier if you're nervous about language or cultural adjustment. At the same time, you can absolutely immerse yourself in Mexican culture if that's your preference. Learning Spanish opens up the country in profound ways and is highly encouraged. Mexican culture is warm, family-oriented, and celebratory. There's always a festival, a holiday, or a reason to gather and enjoy life together. Music is everywhere. Food brings people together, and there's a genuine love of life that's infectious. The dating scene in Mexico is vibrant whether you're meeting locals or other expats. The culture around relationships tends to be warm and passionate, and the expat community provides constant opportunities to meet people from all over the world who've chosen this lifestyle. The diversity of Mexico as a country is remarkable. You can live on Caribbean beaches in Quintana Roo, surf Pacific waves in Oaxaca, enjoy eternal spring weather in the mountains of Jalisco, explore colonial history in Guanajuato, or experience urban sophistication in Mexico City. Each region has its own cuisine, traditions, and character. The archaeological sites like Chichen Itza, Teotihuacan, and Palenque are world famous. Natural wonders include cenotes, jungles, deserts, and mountains. The proximity to the US and Canada also makes it easier to visit family and friends back home without the expense and complexity of intercontinental travel. So there you have it, 5 countries where your money goes further and your life can expand in ways that might seem impossible from where you're standing right now. Vietnam with its energy and incredible food culture. Ecuador with its dollar economy and diverse climates. Thailand with its perfect blend of modern and traditional. Albania as Europe's affordable secret, and Mexico with its proximity and warm culture. Each offers something unique, but they all share one crucial thing: the opportunity to live more fully on less money. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed by costs, or just hungry for adventure and change, maybe it's time to seriously consider what life could look like somewhere new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we dive even deeper into what it really takes to make a move like this work.